Hi, I'm gonna show you how to make several different fresh flower things, perfect for Valentine's Day coming up or Easter, something that's perfect for a birthday, and maybe even Mother's Day. So really easy, and I did all this with grocery store flowers, okay? So I started out by showing you that this is an oasis and the wet foam. This is what they call a cake, and it's like $8. So I have made my own circle out, and I've made my own little cake here. And now what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you as I'm doing this, I'm gonna break these off or cut them and leave just a little bit. Maybe you can show them that stem close up then. Just a tiny, tiny bit, okay? So I'm gonna pretend that this is my trim around the bottom of the cake, you know, the frosting trim around the bottom. And what I would do is, I'm not a cake decorator, so if I'm calling that the wrong thing or whatever, just overlook it. So what I used for this was $12 worth of flowers. I used 2 bunches, well, the one I'm gonna show you that I finished later, 2 bunches of miniature carnations. I wanna show you, if your miniature carnations are small like this, they're really very hardy. Just fluff them right open like that, okay? So, I've already had lots of people tell me over on Instagram when they saw the cake, they're like, oh yeah, I bought one of these before. So, I'm not gonna do this right now because you don't wanna sit here while I'm making this whole thing. But I would go all the way around with these, and then I had these mums left from another project, and same thing, I'm going to cut them about yay long, and these are gonna be the frosting on my cake, okay? So let's get some of these over here. And you're just gonna go all the way around. So this is what you're gonna do. Whoops, that's a little one. You're gonna go all the way around, and like I said, I used 2 bunches of miniature carnations and 1 bunch of white mums. So I did this, and then the next step when I got done is I started putting these for the, you know, the icing around the top. And when I got to the top, I wanted to put 2 layers like this. And now through the magic of, you know how they whip those recipes right out, or those things right out of the oven? Look! I did that. So that's what we've done. 1 row of the miniature carnations around the bottom and a row of the chrysanthemums all the way around the middle. And now what we're starting, and I'm just going to take them out of this one, is we're going to do 2 layers. Let's try and get it closer for you. 2 layers of these miniature carnations right around the top. Now, the one I did before, I used the white chrysanthemums in the top and finished off with a rose, but maybe we'll use these really pale ones. So these were another one of those 3 for $12. So even if I had spent $12 here, this would have been another $4, okay? And I'm just gonna cut these off a little longer. Okay, aren't these beautiful? And I'm gonna put those in so they're coming straight up. People would be blown away by this as a gift, wouldn't they? If you set this, I had this up on a cake plate, but what I do when I wanna display this for a few days, or I mean, it would last, with the mums and the carnations, it would probably last about 2 weeks. But what I do is I put a clear plate underneath it that has a little bit of a lip to it, and then you can just pour a little water into it every day, and that oasis will suck that right up. Is this not gorgeous? Okay, look there. And here is the other one that I made, where I just put the mums in the top and just added 1 little rose to the top. Aren't those gorgeous? I love them. I think I'm gonna take this one up to my mom for her to enjoy. Now, have you seen those cute little puppy dogs made out of flowers? Would you like to learn how to make one of those? Well, we had some oasis left from our project, and I'm gonna kind of make this a little bit of a Valentine's-y thing. So this is where we cut out our circle before, if you're just joining us again. And I'm just going to take and cut. Okay, so I've put a piece of Oasis in here. It's not really firm, so I'm going to take a little piece. And remember, if you are buying this to try and do one of these projects, make sure, because I bought some, I do this all the time and I bought the wrong stuff the other day. Make sure you buy the kind for wet floral, okay? So I'm going to try and do this facing you so that, okay, yeah. So there are our ears. Now, I made this out of, I think, 9, I'll give you a count when we get done, carnations and 1 chrysanthemum. And you can also use a carnation for the face, but we're gonna use this mum for our little face, okay? So here's our little face. Does that look like his little ears there? Okay, and now we're gonna give him some feet that are, whoop, I hit his ear, that are going to go up to here. His little feet are hanging over the side. And we're gonna put one right under his head for his body, okay? And pull his little legs apart there. Alrighty. So there we go. Now we need to give our little guy some personality. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little felt, okay? I'm gonna cut off a little piece here for myself. I know I'm wasting some, and I'm gonna just cut a little tiny round eye, okay? See his little eye there? But I'm gonna cheat with y'all. Okay, and then we're gonna give him a little nose, and I'll show you, I would just use any craft glue to stick these. It'll stick right onto the flowers. Okay, see that? And then we're going to take the red, and I'm gonna cut out a little tongue, but watch this. Oh, these little eyes are kind of moving on me. I did a dry run of this last night, so voila, look, his little face is all ready. Look at that, isn't he cute? Now, at this point, you're gonna wanna add some greenery, okay? Anything you have, anything you can pick up at your florist or your grocery store. I mean, again, you can see how inexpensive this is to make. Now, my chrysanthemum came as part of a bigger, a mixed bouquet. So I want to gift this to someone. I don't want to gift it like this, even though we have our cute little dog there. I love his little tongue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and fill in the back. So like if someone was setting this on their desk, it's going to look cute facing out, but it's also going to look cute this way. So now it looks nice both on the front and the back. And you've got a pretty gift to give to somebody. See, I am confident all of you have a flower arranger in you. Of course, I have people telling me I have a baker, and me too, and I could not master that. So there's number 2. I love these. These are so, I mean, for Christmas, I put snow in these and put the little bottle brush trees. But maybe you don't want to make a whole big cake. So I was trying to, I bought these extra large cupcake paper liners, but I couldn't find something small enough. I have all kinds of little things and they still were kind of spreading it out. So I used a Keurig cup. Now Keurigs come with a little hole in the bottom, and I put a little bit of glue on there so that it will hold water. And we're going back to the Oasis again. Believe it or not, we're gonna make a flower arrangement in this little thing. And I'm gonna cut a little piece. So I'm not gonna put this in there yet, but I'm gonna set this aside and show you. Again, little carnations, cut down really short. And I'm just going to use these and poke them in here. So I'm just gonna fill that all in. I see a couple little holes. All done. Put a little rosebud on top. You see how the cakes or this, you could put a candle on top and gift this to someone too. So I'm gonna put this extra large cupcake liner in there. Look at that! Now, how special is that? That's really, I mean, that's a nice gift. And if I had not added the rose, I did not even spend $4. I mean, that was probably $2 worth of flowers on that. And what a nice gift. So we're gonna move that over next to our puppy there, okay? So here we go. You can buy these at the dollar store for $1, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do, there's my circle, is again, one of those pieces of Oasis that I was working on. I'm going to push down, yeah, see the water coming out, till I have this round. And you people who are big time bakers, you probably know what I'm gonna do here. And if you have not tried this with a cake, as this, like I said, I'm not that much of a baker, except for my cookies. I do really good cookies. This is the same way that you could make a heart cake, okay? So, I forgot to cut it in half first. Okay, back up. We're gonna cut that thing of Oasis in half first, okay? Because I don't wanna make this so deep. All right, so we have a circle, and then we're gonna go and cut our circle in half. Oh, that I did not do good. Look, oh, look at this. I can cheat because I had an extra one. Okay, we cut our circle in half. And now, this is the step that I forgot that I want to show you. I want to take this Oasis and cut the block in half, the depth of it, okay? And so you have 2 halves. If you want to make a cake, which I'm making a floral cake here, you make a square cake, you make a round cake, you cut the round cake in half, and you have a heart. Now, I know this is not all even, Steven there, but it's not going to make a difference when we start putting our flowers on. When you start sticking flowers in, you're going to push those apart. So I'm going to take a stick, a skewer, it's fine, and just stick it right through there so that it all stays in one piece. I'll show you just a second. See? There you go. Okay. Now, again, you can use whatever flowers you would want. I am going to start with these mums. Again, mums are very long lasting. I mean, how cute would this be with daisy mums? Wouldn't that be adorable? I'm just pushing those mums in around the edges. But when we get up to the top, you're going to see we're going to have a little problem with the definition. And I want to show you that anything you might want to make, but if you might want to make a squirrel or a horse, you might need to trim your flowers. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that as we get around here, okay? Okay, now we're going to start putting our top on. Now this one, I wanted to keep it all white on this red tray, so I'm just going to use mums. So it looks pretty full to me. But see how it kind of lost its heart shape? So what I'm going to do is, I think this is sticking out a little bit right here. See, you can just cut this. And they're going to float away because my tray is so full of water. I would not suggest cutting it on a tray full of water. But do you see how you can just cut these and trim them? You won't hurt the flowers. I mean, the flowers are already cut. They're not plants anymore. So I have picked up some hearts, a bag of hearts from Hobby Lobby. And this is a pretty stiff wire. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this wire. And these hearts are styrofoam, so I'm just going to poke this and add those to my little cake. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, mug, vase, whatever, okay? So you're gonna go to the store and you're gonna buy some flowers, and maybe you know that you wanna cut them down, because you do wanna cut your flowers down. So you're gonna put them in some water and stick them in here, and let's put some of these in, okay? And let me get a couple more here, and you're gonna plop those in there, okay? Is that how your arrangements look? Well, they're not gonna look like that anymore, because we're not gonna waste anything. We aren't wasting anything. These were centerpieces last week for a tablescape, which is also over on Hometalk, my winter wonderland tablescape. We have these pieces, these scraps left. I'm just gonna cut these up. This, you are gonna say, oh my gosh, this makes it so much easier. I know there's all kinds of ideas for putting tape across these and stuff, but I don't think there's anything better than a little oasis to stick them in. So you're gonna put this in and then fill it with water, and then watch how much nicer. Look, it stands up. So when you go to the store and you buy that bouquet, you're gonna know how to bring it home and make it look really pretty. So look at how nice you could turn something into, like for somebody's desk. So that's my tip, is to cut the oasis up into little pieces, little chunks, stick it in, and then you will find it really easy to arrange your flowers, okay? Thank you all. Have a great weekend.